Crossing friends, I am that girl from Vispera. I make Animal Crossing and other life simulation game contents. For future videos like this one, please consider subscribing. For today's video, I want to share with you how I make a perfect snowboy. Needless to say, I started time traveling because I wanted so bad to get all the frozen items and I was too impatient to trade for them online. So I just want to put it out there. For those who are not familiar, Snowboy will appear in Animal Crossing when our island starts to get covered in snow. I did a lot of checking, and it seems like in my island starts to get covered in snow at around December 11 or December 12th. I'm not sure, and I'm not sure as well if that's the same for other islands. Around this time, you will see some snowballs in your island that you will need to create into a perfect snowboy by rolling them around. If you make it perfectly, Snowboy will reward you a DIY recipe from the frozen furniture and a large snowflake, which is an ingredient for you to craft his recipe. In addition, a smaller version of the snowflake will be floating around the island too, similar to the maple leaf and the cherry blossom leaf in the past. You just need to scoop them up as well with a net, and you only have 3 tries before it disappears. I'll show a video of it later. You'll need to run around your island to scoop them up because the regular sized snowflake is also an ingredient in crafting the frozen items. Before I share with you how I make a perfect snowboy, let me show you the DIY recipe that Snowboy will give you. The first one is the frozen treat set, and then the next one would be the frozen chair, frozen counter, frozen table, frozen bed, frozen partition, frozen arch, frozen pillar, frozen sculpture, frozen tree, ice wall, and flooring. Ice Boy will also give you 4 miscellaneous DIY items. The first one is the 3-tiered snow person. The next one would be the snow person head, and then the ice wand, and the last one would be the snowflake wreath. If you'd be crafting one of each for all the recipes, you would need a total of 15 large snowflakes, 89 snowflakes, 3 star fragments, and 2 tree branches. With that all said, let me show you how I create the perfect snowboy. By the way, I also want to let you know that it seems like the snowboy spawns in an open area. This is the only place in my island that is an open space, and this is the only place in my island where I see the snowballs. This is a bit tricky because if you can't create a perfect sized snowboy, he will not give you the recipe. In any case that this happens, I suggest that you close your game without saving it to ensure that when you reopen the game, the snowballs are still there. What I do is I roll the first ball by tilting the left stick of my console, and then my character or your character will be looking like he or she is kicking the snowball. Keep kicking the snowball in the snow floor. By the way, if you see that it's moving on its own because there's a dung beetle on the back. So don't worry, just touch the dung beetle right there. So keep kicking the ball in the snow floor, and at some point, as you can see, at some point the character or your character will use both hands to roll the snowball. The first snowball that I roll is usually what I use as the snowboy's body. So we'll just keep on rolling this one. What I do is I keep rolling the first one to its biggest size because it's going to be the body of the snowboy. What I do then is I would check the size of the snowball by standing next to it, my character. And then I find that a perfect snowboy should have a body that is slightly up my character's ear, around my character's forehead. So I think this one is already good. And before we roll the next snowball, this is the snowflake that's going to be floating around the island, and the same with what we did with maple leaf and cherry blossom leaf before. We'll do the same. We'll just scoop them up with a net, just like this one. Since we're done with the first snowball, I will work on the second snowball. I will do the same as well, kick and roll, but for the second one, I will try to keep the size below the ear of my character. So let's do that. Once I am satisfied with the size of the second snowball, I will just roll it towards the first snowball and it would automatically assemble, and it would tell you if you did it correctly. So let's try this one. I can't believe it, you got everything right. Color, check. Shine, check. Size, check. You made everything about me perfect. We have a word for people like you in the snow world. Amazing. Did you get that? But I'm so happy right now. I know it's dangerous for snow folks to cry, but I don't think I can help myself. Even I can play it cool here. I'm practically melting with appreciation for you and your snow skills. As a thank you, I'll give you this awesome large snowflake. I put your thank you gift among your belongings. Now go on and craft an item that remind you of me. If you created the snowboy perfectly, the snowboy will give you a DIY recipe, one large snowflake. Repeat the steps until you complete all the DIY recipes. For my character, I already mentioned that I time travel a million times to get the other DIY sets. So at this point, Snowboy no longer has any DIY recipe that he can give me. So he only gave me the large snowflake. But if you failed to create the perfect snowboy, I just suggest that you close your game without saving it and then reload and do it again. Creating a snowboy will also unlock the Snow Maestro section in your Nook Miles app. Let me show you what that looks like. This one. You will need to create 20 Snowboy to complete the Nook Miles task. Lastly, Snowboys will completely melt after 3 days, so be very careful as to where you put them in your island because it will stay there for 3 days. So happy rolling! Hope this helps you create a perfect Snowboy too. See you next time! Bye!